What is going on, everybody, man? So I know what you're wondering. You're like, Recon, why in the flying flagnards are you wearing the Santa hat? I got you, right? So this morning before I went to work, man, I decided to do my free multi on Treasure Cruise on Global for the 5th anniversary. And I didn't get anything. And I was like, you know what? The next multi is 30 gems. I've been saving for Kaido, but you know what? I like the characters that are on this banner. I didn't even know this card was in the game. So I was pulling. And granted, like I said, this is before work. It's mad cold outside. I'm waiting for them to come in and open the door so we can get ready and go up in like somewhere. And I'm standing there in the freezing cold playing Treasure Cruise. And just imagine, you hear the choo, 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 choo. And then out of nowhere, all you hear is a dog, look at the card, man. Look at it. It's so legendary, you can't even see it. Look at it. Come on. Come on, focus. Focus, look at it. You see it. Bro, look at it. Come on. We're gonna get this angle. Look at it. Look at it. Bro. Come on. There we go. That's a better angle. Dude. The Sanji and Pudding wedding duel card. Dude. When I pulled this card and I saw both Sanji and Pudding in the same panel, and it states royal matrimony, I said, I don't care what else I pull in this 10 plus 1, nothing is even gonna come close to this. Nothing. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Y'all know, man. If y'all were with me throughout the whole Cake Island days, y'all know that my favorite thing about that arc, still to this day, is the interaction between Sanji and Pudding. Some of the funniest stuff that I have ever read, man. And some of the most incredible stuff. I mean, I adore anything that had to do with Sanji and Pudding in that saga, man. From the twists and turns to the inevitably them getting together and the hilarious moments that they had. I just loved everything about it, which is why chapter 902 is so special to me. But when I pulled this card, man, with the two legends, I don't understand why my phone is having this glare with my camera. Why it won't focus. But you know what? Maybe it's too legendary. Like my phone is saying, you know what? If we put this on film, if we allow it to focus in 100%, somebody's gonna get knocked out by the hockey. And you want to know why they're gonna get knocked out by the hockey? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to read the latest installment in the Wano Awesome Sauce of the best-selling manga in history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is nearly the second best-selling comic of all time. We are talking about the one, the only One Piece, man. That's right. We're here, and I once again had to download the chapter. So before we got on here, I was like, you know what, I'm going to download it just in case my Wi-Fi goes down, especially since I'm recording this late into the night. So here we go, man. Chapter 971, Sentenced to Boil. Now, I'm not sure what this chapter has in store, but if it comes anywhere near the emotions that I had this morning when I pulled that Sanji and Pudding duel card, this is going to be one amazing chapter, man. If it comes anywhere near that. So we start off right here with the first panel with Gotti and whatnot here in Dressrosa. Let's get right into the chapter. Sorry about that, man. Your boy had to go get that good old H2O. And the reason for that is because last chapter, when I finished that video, and granted, I was yelling a lot, or not yelling, but I raised my voice a lot in that, so that's on me. But I could help, man. The content was too hype, bro. You feel me? So I'm going to try my hardest to not do that again for the time being. So, but without further ado, let's get right into it. Don't eat that Momonosuke. It hasn't been tasted for poison yet. Look at that, man. They can't even eat their dinner or their breakfast or whatever this is without having some sort of worry of whether it's poisoned or not in this scenario, man. Mother, why is my life in danger? You know, when you have a child asking that, and you have somebody who looks like he's testing the food for him, because your father is a great man, and you are meant to one day carry this nation on your shoulders. What a panel to have Toki stating that in. It's safe for you, Lord Momonosuke, Lady Hiyori. Mother, is it true that father will be, that today father will be? Now they know. And Momonosuke's of that age, man. That's of the age. I mean, kids nowadays are already starting to, you know, they're having much more awareness of certain things at an earlier age, I feel like, now more than ever. Maybe I say that because I don't remember exactly how I was whenever I was a kid, and I'm not sure if you guys do either. But it really does feel like with the new generation, it feels like everybody's really just getting up to snuff like really quick, especially with my brother, with some of my cousins that I've been noticing. I'm like, man, dude, I mean, they are just getting the hang of certain things that it feels like it took me so long to get. Maybe I'm just stupid, I don't know, but that's just how it feels. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Momonosuke here, even at this age, he completely understands. Like Flagnards, today's the day that I could lose my pops forever. You know, like today's the day that he could be executed. And what a thing for you to hear as a child. You know, and be like, Flagnards, man, it's gonna be the last time I ever see my pops. You feel me? And Hiyori's like, brother? And there it is, man. The public execution of Kozuki Oden and his 9 vassals will begin momentarily. And it's literally a boiling pot right here. Flipping Flagnards, bro. And you have all of them right here. Set up in the execution ground, man. You know, originally whenever you hear execution, especially in this series, I think of Marineford. You know, you think, or not even Marineford, you think of Roger. You know, the way that he got executed, and the way the Ace almost got executed in that same way. You know, with the 2 blades coming in and cutting off the head. But here, the public execution is different. The public execution is instead being handled in the means of boiling them to death and attempting to, I guess, burn them to smithereens. Is that a play on Oden? Like, you know how you boil Oden in order, or like you like cook Oden in order to have it like be really hot? And the only reason why I know that is because of anime. The only reason why I know that Oden is supposed to be cooked to a certain level is because of anime and because of One Piece movie 1 with that legendary Golden Oden soundtrack, man. Is that what Oda's getting at here with this? Hurry, it's not every day you get to see a boiling. It's not every day you get to see a boiling. So this is a normal thing. It only takes a second because they use oil. We don't want to miss this. Here we see a foot. So he couldn't beat Kaido in the end. Even for a fool of a lord, I thought his strength was the real deal. So what was he good for anyway? And once again, these people are talking right out of their butts, man. Not knowing the facts and not knowing exactly what took place there. You know, there's a lot of situations that get put out there that becomes common knowledge that had way more to it than anyone could even possibly imagine, man. And yet the human race still decides on just hearing that one bit of information to completely judge everything off of that one basis. Like, they just know the entire backstory based on, oh, the foolish Lord Oden, man. You know, he couldn't beat Kaido in the end. He did all that stuff for 5 years. He's just a worthless subhuman. What was he good for anyway? And little do they know what it took for Oden to do that, man. And little do they know that Oden was flipping used as the top babyface in the company and then taken out by the big monster heel. You know what I'm saying? Like mother Flagnards, man. I know that it's not their fault because they have no idea. But by God, man, I mean, if you knew this dude, if you knew how Oden was, and, whatever, man. Maybe it's because of my respect for Oden, dog, but it really does kind of gets me whenever I continue to see these panels of these individuals within this country that Oden loves so much. You know, continue to badmouth him like, dog, you have no idea who you're talking about, man. You're talking about a dude who truly loves this place. Truly loves all of y'all, did all of this just to save y'all. You feel me? Like, And you get this devilish, just... My God, bro, this panel right here really irritates me, man. You have a panel of Kaido and Orochi drinking sake in a toast of brothership to the public execution of Oden. Now, the villain lover inside me loves this, but the me who loves Oden, can't stand this panel, man. Holy, I mean, just look at Orochi's face, man. Look at his teeth. I want to punch him, bro. Look at him. And then Kaido, dog. I want Luffy to hit, like I said last week, or I'm so used to the weekly experience. Like I said for the last chapter, I really want Luffy to just King Kong gun this man, bro. I mean, what a flagnard. I request that you give me a chance. It is imperative that I survive. And Oden, in front of death's door, cuffs in hand, knowing for sure that there is no way these dudes are even going to think about this, looks back at the very individuals who deceived them, both 2 times in a row. I wouldn't even just say 3 times, because Orochi fooled him with the Sukiyaki stuff, and then Orochi and Kaido fooled him with the whole plan, 5-year plan and whatnot. And then after that, Kaido fooled him and took somebody as a hostage. So like these dudes who continue to take advantage of this man, and Oden still looks at them both in the eye. And I love the way this panel is structured, to where you have the you have the structure behind Kaido and Orochi, and you see them on like this elevated type of structure, to where you see all the other individuals once they're about to get executed, but you see them clearly watching from above, watching as these spectators, like in a classic gladiator movie, you know, where you have like those in one of those classic you think of any gladiator movie, or a movie that took place like in a coliseum, or just something where back in the day people would watch these individuals just duke it out, or like they would send people out to their deaths and they would just laugh it off, and everybody would just like ha-ha-haing and enjoying it all to the max, right? Sports entertainment back whenever people actually killed each other, right? It's literally the WWE, except, or I should say the UFC, back whenever they didn't pay people. You feel me? Now in UFC, you have to pay somebody like $45 million guaranteed before they get in the ring. Back in the day, they had no choice. They forced them out there and said, "Dog, either you survive or you're dead, but it's all for my enjoyment." And it feels like that's exactly what we're getting right here with Orochi and Kaido. This is all for their enjoyment, man. I mean, you see them smiling, see them laughing, like, yo, isn't this wonderful? And the fact that these bastards have an umbrella covering them. Yo, man. But anyways, yeah, this panel is really, really nice. It is imperative that I survive. You have Kaido, man, he just winces into the pot already. No more jokes, don't beg for your life now. And it looks like one of them falls inside. What the? Help me, help! And he burns to ash. I mean, my guy is out here looking like Neo from Toriko, with the ghoul-like expression. Faceless as flagnards, like that one character in Avatar: Last Airbender with no face. Look at this, bro. I mean, straight up like the Fire Nation attacked around this mug, man. Getting a Fire Lord Ozai type of fireball jutsu. Dude, this is insane. Look at this. That's a spooky panel, man. And you even have the sound effect with the psss and the shh, you know, with the flames, you know, truly showing just how hot this thing is, dude. Man. And you see everybody just looking at this terrified. It's like, oh, now you're looking at it terrified. Everyone who came in here like, oh yeah, we're going to watch Oden get burned. But when somebody else gets burned, they're like, oh, flagnards, I could be next. You know, because when somebody else falls into or gets executed that wasn't supposed to be executed, that's whenever the threat level rises. Not whenever the dude who's supposed to be executed gets executed. That's just supposed to be the norm. But when somebody else gets executed, somebody else gets popped off, when somebody else catches the L, when they're not supposed to, the threat level immediately rises. The threat level, I mean, just look at the terror on these guys' faces. Like, yo, I don't want to go through that. That's terrifying. All 10 of us will enter the pot together. 10. Bro, look at my boy Oden though, dog. My man is rocking the 6-pack, rocking the double dual arms like he's the Rock, bro. I mean, straight up, dog. My boy's out here flexing. If any of us withstand the boiling for the amount of time you agree upon, please let them go free. If any of us withstand the boiling for the amount of time you agree upon, please let them go free. Watch. This man said if any of us withstand it, so as long as one of them withstand it, or can withstand it, then everyone can go free. And Oden never once thinks of himself. My guys let them go free. You want to execute me? Fine. But let my boys go, dog. Let the squad. As my boy George Lopez would say, he's the team leader. This man Oden's the team leader, dog. Lord Oden, what is this? You have Kawamatsu and Kinemon like flaggers. Kaido's like, withstand? Like, who in the flying flaggers can withstand that? This is an instantaneous death sentence. And Orochi just starts laughing. Go get a clock to count the time. I guarantee you Kaido like playing Majora's Mask. Yes, sir. You have 1 hour. Let's see. 1 hour? Did you not see what just happened, dude? My dude entered the pot and came out as a ghoul. He literally entered the pot and came out as Danny Phantom. Like, yo, we're talking about going ghost. My man's flood as a ghost. It's enough time to get lightheaded in the bath. Do I have your word on that? Of course. He still won't just give up. Can you make it quick? I've got errands to run. Pathetic to the very end. Hold on, man. I don't think I caught what he said. This man said, do I have your word on that? Like, my guy didn't back down. My guy said, you want me in there for an hour? Oden, don't do this, bro. He jumped in. Bro, he jumped in. Don't let our Lord go alone. After him, we'll meet him again in the afterlife. Relax. 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 Relax, man. Relax. Relax. This man Oden, after clearly seeing what just happened to dude got turned into a ghoul. And not a Tokyo ghoul, I'm talking about a ghoul. Some Fallout 3 stuff, man. And my guy says, yo, if one of us can withstand it, let my people go. Let them free. And then Oden proceeds. Yo, my man Kaido said 1 hour. Orochi starts laughing, so it's a death sentence. Oden said, do I have your word on that? And then he jumps in. He jumps in with no hesitation. Oh, if you get on the tab, I'm gonna get on top of the plane. Wow, man. This stuff right here, man, is what separates One Piece for me, bro. This is one of the most beautiful panels in this manga, man. It's like, yo, he's gone through so much garbage, bro. 5 years of pain. The people call him trash. Dudes don't respect him. The people that he trusts betray him. Everything goes wrong, man. And still we have a dude here who, after seeing somebody get incinerated to a crisp, when I saw that panel in the last page, I thought he was gonna unleash some Rio hockey or something, man. That's what it looked like to me, bro. It looked like Oden was just gonna hop up in there, Rio hockey, like arm in hockey, super body up, and just, just sit there for an hour. But this right here, man, this panel right here is what makes One Piece, bro. This is why it's the best-selling manga in history, man. Because it's never about the coolest moment. It's always about what's in here. Oda could have easily given Oden that full body arm moment, man. But instead, what he gave him, he gave him a moment with Oden sitting in the pot, and so that his comrades don't have to enter the pot too. Just like he's been doing for all of these years. He carries them in his arms and ensures that they ain't touching that boiling pot, man. Just not fair, man. It's not fair because you know that dude eventually dies. You know that a man of such legendary caliber but no matter what happened, my guy never turned his back on his convictions, bro. And to the very end, he stood being the legend that they told, that they said of him, man. That the legends were truly true about Kozuki Oden, man. You know, I thought and it probably still is, the quintessential moment of this flashback. You know, every flashback in this series up until this point has had that one moment that you may look back on. And I still think that the Roger portion has that he laughed moment. But in terms of the Oden portions, this panel, man. This is Oden. This is truly Oden right here, man. I'm gonna finish the chapter, bro. No, Lord Oden, stop this. It ought to be the other way around, Lord Oden. We should be the ones to hold you up. Shut up and stay there. This isn't order. Lord Oden. Hey, what's going on? His vassals aren't even touching the oil. Whoa. But all 10 of them are within the pot. It's true, very entertaining. The sickos are just enjoying this, bro. And he gives them props. He's like, well done, Oden. He's holding up 9 great big men on his own. That would take incredible physical strength already, but to do it while standing in boiling oil. And Shinobu's watching this, man. I mean, she's truly seeing the legend of this man, bro. And here we get a panel. How much that must hurt, man. His lower half no longer exists. And yet he's still holding that plank, bro. Lord Oden, put us down. What's the matter? It hasn't even been 1 minute yet. How strong can one man's skin be? The clock's ticking. I feel as though the heat alone is going to make me alive. Stop whining, Raizo. I'll really give you something to complain about. All we gotta do is stand here. Don't move, Cat. The shifting will weigh on him below. And he's just standing there, man. Tanking it, taking it. 4 minutes. I heard it was only supposed to take a second. This is surprisingly boring. Man, screw off, dude. Screw off. I thought he'd be screaming and dying in agony and such. I'm gonna get going now. I can't waste any more of my time on this fool of a lord. Get lost, dog. We don't need you here. We don't need you here at all. And you see Shinobu pissed off. Yo, Shinobu boxed that man on sight, dog. How dare you call him that? Say it one more time and I'll end your life. No, Shinobu, dog. Punch that man, dog. What's that, man? What's that woman doing? Look how she's got a sword of Kunoichi. Yo, pwn him. Stop. You are the fools. Yo, you. Finally, someone said it. Finally, someone said it. That's what I'm talking about, Shinobu, man. There's no way, bro. How can I mistrust her after this? Y'all are the fools. Y'all keep calling this man a fool, man. The biggest fools are all of y'all. That's Shinobu, Captain. What is Shinobu doing? What's she making a scene? Who do you think has been ensuring that all of you live in peace? If you lose Lord Oden now, you'll all come to understand. You'll know just how much misery he kept at bay. Oh, Orochi is no shogun or even a dictator. Orochi doesn't want to rule over a populace. If you ask me, every single person in this land is guilty of persecuting the Kozuki clan. I don't care if every last one of them dies. I took the shogun's throne to drive this country into ruin, to complete my vengeance. And this is what he was telling Oden back whenever Shinobu was listening in. Years ago, my grandpa committed a crime and was forced to commit seppuku. Our clan fell into ruin, and that was one thing. But then the rest of the family left behind was chased and terrorized by strangers who claimed they were performing justice. They beat us, threw us in the river, killed us. I was so terrified of the mob of fools that I couldn't sleep. The man who committed the crime was long dead at this point. Apparently even a child can be a criminal if he happens to have the name Kurozumi. So everyone in Wano is a target for my vengeance. You will reap what you've sown. Man, dude. It's like you're truly seeing Orochi's convictions, determination, and why he is the type of individual that he is, man. And then that alongside with the influence from the older individuals. Then from a room in the back, he produced a tribute for Kaido. A tribute. A great stock of weapons and many hundreds of kidnapped people. They'll be sold, tortured, or killed. Once handed over, their lives will be finished, their fate sealed. Lord Oden was furious, but then Orochi Oden, he clashed. Bro, my man Oden said, see me right now. See me. Then Orochi made a suggestion. You want to stop the kidnapping, but if you go to war against us, you will lose far more than you bargained for. The enemy was an agent of vengeance with no interest in the good of the country. It was clear that more would be lost than just the question of victory or defeat. So Lord Oden chose to accept Orochi's offer. If he made a public dance in the buff at the same time every week as an apology to the Kozuki clan, then he would lose all of his standing, but he would save 100 lives with each dance. Bro, Oden is the GOAT, man. I mean, y'all can't tell me that this man, bro, is in a true... I mean, he just embodies what it truly means to be a human, bro. I mean, what you should strive to be, dog. I mean, he started off as this delinquent, as this dude that you normally read about and you scoff at because you're like, oh man, he's just one of those individuals, right? But by God, what a man that he grew into, dog. Are you kidding me, man? That is a leader, dude. That's a shogun. I want him as a leader of a country. It's like I knew that he was doing something to save their lives. The fact that each dance saved 100 lives each, bruh. He trusted their promise that 5 years later they would agree to sail away from this country when they were done building their ships. So he traveled from region to region every week, making certain that nothing had changed. For all of these years, Lord Oden has been protecting this land. So tell me again, who are you calling a fool of a lord? And the chapter ends there, man. You know, man. When I finished yesterday's chapter, and I was thinking back to that final panel, you know, that they would all be boiled to death and whatnot. There was a few things that ran through my mind, but the fact that they actually had an actual live pot there. I said when I saw that Oden carrying all of his vassals panel that this is One Piece, at the end of this chapter, this is One Piece, man. This to me is why I have been so invested in this series for so many years. Because it is able to create moments and scenarios like this, man. Moments and scenarios that truly get you immersed and invested in the situation at hand. And it's all about the build-up, it's all about the intricate panels that led up to this very point, and everything in between, man. But my God, did this chapter hit, bro. I mean, bro, this man Oden, he spent so many years throwing away his pride, doing this dance, all for a fake promise. And even when that falls through and he goes back to attack him again, they cheat him again. And instead of Oden being infuriated, he accepts it as like, you know what, that's just the way they are. And then again he asks them for some sort of negotiation and says, yo, if I can stay in this thing for an hour, can you let my squad go free, man? Even with all that nonsense and all that garbage, the last thing that I would want is another negotiation with these bastards. And Oden, because he was like, you know what? This could be the very last opportunity that these individuals have to stay alive. And with no hesitation, even after seeing somebody get completely incinerated, he jumps into it, man. And it's not like he just expels all of it. He's feeling every last inch of it, man. Every centimeter of pain. I mean, it's hurting the individuals on top of the plank, let alone Oden. And instead of complaining about it, with no words, my guy is standing there holding his squad saying, bruh, I ain't moving. And these dudes ain't gonna feel a single ounce of this, man. That's an Oda level panel, man. That's one of those you turn the page and you never forget what you're about to see level panels. That's one of those panels that down the line, years from now, I'm gonna be like, Flatliners, where was I when I read that panel? I was here, man. I was here, dog. And then to top it all off, just when I thought the chapter had hit its peak and it would have no other way than to decline, because that's just, it's so hard to hit a peak, for an emotional peak like that. It's so hard to hit those in manga. It's so hard to hit those in storytelling. In order to hit it so many times in his series. And to do so again, and then follow it up with an emotional beat just as impactful. With Shinobu, a person who just met Oden. But Oden saved her life. And in the midst of that, she goes right back and hears them calling them fools, which I've been getting so tired of. And then she delivers a verbal celestial dragon punch and says, y'all are the fools, because y'all have been putting up with all this nonsense and saying all this garbage, spreading all of this fake cat box about Oden for so many years. And here he's been saving y'all from all of this. Man, do y'all know what type of dude Orochi is? Just laying down the truth and facts for them, and they're sitting here with a shocked face like, oh man, it's like, dog, y'all should have known this is the type of dude that Oden is. And she's just crying her eyes up, and while she's saying all of this with every fiber in her being, and while she's saying this, Oden, with no words, because this ain't Oden saying, Oden is not saying a single word. If it was up to Oden, he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't say anything, man. It happened. We move. Instead, he's focusing on the present. He's focusing on the now. What can I do to better the current situation? Flashback characters have a really special place in my heart in this series, man. Dr. Hiruluk, Bellamere, Nolan del Calgara, Khorasan, Jaguar D. Saul. Like, man, really, really, really great flashback characters. And with tons others. But my boy Oden, man. I don't know what to say, man. It's chapters like these, bro, you just don't know what to say. You don't know what to say because it just, it leaves me in awe. I have so many conflicting emotions right now, man. I want to read the next chapter with every fiber of my being, but knowing how this flashback has been, I probably wouldn't be able to recover if I read another chapter. Wow, man. Wow. It's just one of those chapters where it just... no words I can say can give it justice, man. I'm done, man. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go let this one marinate, man. And I'll be back tomorrow for the next installment in the best-selling manga in history. It's like every chapter, it's like, man, Oden, bro. What a character. I mean, to do what he just did. I'm out, man. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this chapter. Dang, dog.